How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about the current state of Helldivers 2. In 2026, we're about to hit August, and I have to say this year has been the worst year for Helldivers 2 so far, which is crazy because you would think that the developers and the higher ups, like management, whoever, would learn as they went. Like, we've had all these "we're so back, it's so over" moments, and they always say that, "Oh, we hear your feedback, we're going to learn, we're going to improve on things." And then in 2026, we've had the least amount of content like ever for the game. They've gone like radio silent. They said they were going to update us every 2 weeks. That didn't happen. They said that war bonds were going to happen like every 6 weeks, cuz they were happening every single month, and then they had to change that. They made it every 6 weeks. And now they can't keep up with the every 6 weeks. It's like, what are they doing? What is going on? Like, I understand it's summer and they take their summer vacation or whatever. That's fine. That's expected. But like the whole rest of this year, like, I hope they're working on something, guys, because like I don't know. Like, when Helldivers came out, I obviously have covered it a lot on my channel. I've racked in like millions of views making content for Helldivers 2. It's been basically my full-time job for 2 years, and I'm very grateful to the game. It's still, to this day, if they stop support right now and left the game as it is still one of my favorite video games probably of all time. Like, I love the game. I love the humor. I love the epicness of it, the explosions, killing just hordes and hordes of enemies, the huge weapon variety, the stratagem variety. It's fun as hell to play with your friends and goof off. Like, it is a fun video game. And those are kind of hard to come by nowadays, especially with how scummy everything is, especially live service games. So it's hard to find a game like this. And one of the reasons I got into Helldivers so much is because of the live service. Like, they did something unique. They were listening to player feedback, and it's like every month, every single update, they were knocking out banger after banger. And then for some reason in 2026, they're like, you know what? Screw it. We're just gonna stop making content. I don't know. And I've not been making very many videos about the game. Obviously, like, my channel has been taking a little bit of a much needed break. And I've seen like other content creators, they've been milking like every little fart in the wind. And no offense to any content creator that's still, churning out content. Like, I get it, you got to pay the bills. But I just don't want to be one of those YouTubers that makes a video every other week like, Helldivers is doomed. Helldivers is like, look at the player count. There's no players. I can't believe Helldivers did this. And you know how it goes. But it just kind of sucks because I want to make content around this game. And whenever there is new content, I do make some videos about it. But it's like the hype just isn't there. I can tell that the player base isn't as excited anymore. I can tell other content creators aren't as excited. A lot of other Helldivers channels that I personally watch, they stopped uploading as well because there's just nothing. There's nothing to make content about. And now they're doing the Galactic War update because they did listen and they heard the feedback that the Galactic War was lacking and it just didn't feel like it was worth doing. But they just went about this the complete wrong way. Like, they added FOMO, so now you have to log in to get the major order rewards. That wasn't a thing for 2 years. And they're like, okay, how can we get players to come back? Well, I know. Instead of making fun, engaging content, we're just going to force you to log in so we can inflate those player numbers. And they added this FOMO factor where if you don't log in, you don't get the new items. And in my experience, it's had the complete opposite effect because, I play this game with my friends and stuff, and we haven't been playing as much lately because there just hasn't been any new content. But with this new system they have of having to log in, my friends are missing out. Like, they missed out on the FRV, they missed out on this helmet, and I think they missed out on the hyena marksman rifle. And me telling them that they have to log in just to get these new items If anything, it turns them off. They're like, well, I don't want to be forced to log into the game. They just want to load up the game whenever we decide to, pick it back up and play as a group of friends. They want to pick it back up and then have all these new items to test out and play with. They don't want to log in, see that they missed out on like 6 different items, and then have to wait and play over and over and over with just the hopes that one day it becomes available to everybody. Taking a war bond and stripping it down, and just week by week, major order after major order, we get little bits and pieces of what would have been a war bond, and it's stretched out over time, and then if you don't log in, you miss out on those items. I think that's just the complete wrong approach, and it's really turned me and my friends off from the game completely. So I don't like the way that the direction it's currently heading in. But outside of the new major order stuff, like, there just hasn't been any content. Like, there's not been very many like big game updates. They've not added any like new enemy types. They've not added any like very many new mission types that are fun and creative. They've not gone back and tweaked and fixed some of the pre-existing mission types, like the defense missions. Me and my friends really like those defense missions where you just kind of have to sit and wait, but a lot of them are broken, and they've been broken for basically forever. Like, when you play on Helldive 10 and you face the Terminids on the defense missions, you can just spawn camp them. They come out of the ground, and you immediately can annihilate them before they're even a threat. So those defense missions are just you kind of sitting around for 20 minutes waiting for the match to end, and they're kind of boring. So I would like to see a lot of those missions and stuff get fixed and tweaked and improved upon, and they just don't do that for some reason. And outside of that, you have the constant battle of the whole "we're so back, it's so over" of the community is like battling the devs about weapon balancing, and it's this constant tug of war between the developers and the player base of, hey, we buffed this weapon, but we secretly nerfed it at the same time that we didn't include in the patch notes. And then all the players find out about it, and they get pissed, and they take to social media, and they complain. And then the developers are like, oh, sorry, we heard your feedback. We're going to make sure that in the future we include those things. And then the next patch rolls around, and they do it again. They hide things from the community out in secret from the patch notes, and they implement some sort of secret change to the enemies that makes them behave in a different way. And they act as if the community isn't going to immediately realize that this got changed. And rightfully so, they're angry. So, like, as not only a fan of the game, but as a content creator, it's hard to be excited about the game when everybody's constantly angry at the game and the developers because they're not transparent. Like, on one hand, they'll say, hey, we're transparent. They've done this like 4 or 5 times now. They'll say, hey, we're going to be more transparent with you all, and we're going to give you updates every 2 weeks and keep you updated on what's going to happen. And then they don't do it. Their PR really sucks. It's like, hey, let's go post something to get everybody to shut up, and then we're gonna hope they forget and just hope they move on. I don't know, guys. It's like, I think for me, they've had so many "we're so back, it's so overs" that the latest time that we reached the "it's so over" part, we kind of just stayed at the "it's so over." And anytime they have any sort of like positive news, it doesn't make me feel like we're going, way up to the "we're so back" level. We're kind of, we're down here, and instead of going all the way back up to the top, we're just kind of like, like, we'll get a little nudge back to the "we're so back" stage. And I don't know, I don't want to be doom and gloom. I don't like making these videos. I don't like just sitting and complaining about the state of the game. But, I mean, we're going into August, and they promised earlier this year that we were going to get all kinds of changes, and they were going to add, like, new ship upgrades and stuff, but we've not gotten any update on that. We still don't have a new roadmap on what their plans are. And even with the old roadmap, they couldn't even stick to that roadmap. They had to change things. And it's like, we only have a certain amount of time left in this year, And there's some really big popular video games coming out. So, like Grand Theft Auto, for example, or like the Wolverine game. Like, there's a bunch of popular stuff coming out. So, even when they do have some content, like they're going to be competing with a lot of other big video games. Like, they really have to knock it out of the park to try to save face at this point. Now, I know obviously they're going to have that that new war bond that they teased for the Warhammer crossover, but outside of that, we don't really know what's coming. Like, there's not really anything to be that excited about, which sucks, because like I went from making videos all the time about this game. I would wake up at literally 4 o'clock in the morning and just wait to see if they would post an update on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I would just sit there, and when that new war bond dropped, I was like, yes, I'm excited. Got my cup of coffee. I'm going to play the crap out of Helldivers all day, because I love testing out the weapons and the stratagems, and I like, testing them out and then reporting back to you guys and interacting with the community and seeing how everybody likes the new weapon and what it's good against and what can we bring this new stratagem? Is it best against the automatons or the terminids, or maybe it's best against the illuminate? I love figuring those things out. That's really fun. And we've not had that much this year. But I don't know. I mean, that's kind of just my thoughts on the current state of Helldivers 2. Like, there just hasn't been anything going on. And it sucks, because I want this game to succeed, obviously. I want to be excited for Helldivers 2 again, man. Like, I don't get excited when I see we have a new major order and we can get a helmet or we can get a new cape. Like, yes, that's better than nothing. They heard the feedback. Like, we wanted the Galactic War to matter again, but we want the Galactic War to have meaningful, cool items. Like, we want unique items designed specifically for the Galactic War. We don't want a war bond that got scrapped because they heard the backlash that they don't want. Like, we don't want pay-to-win vehicles, so they did an emergency. Oh, let's scrap this war bond. Let's throw the vehicles into the major orders. Like, that's not a good way to go about it. So I hope throughout the rest of this year they keep adding more content to the Galactic War, but they also, give us some war bonds to play around with. Give us some maybe some new enemies to play around with, some new mission types, and go back and fix some of the pre-existing mission types. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Like, are you taking a break from Helldivers? I know obviously all my friends are, and if you look at the player count in game, like, the player count has obviously dropped quite a bit. But are you going to come back once they make more content, or are you at the point where you're kind of just over it and they've had so many ups and downs that they reached the final down point for you? But I'm interested in your guys' thoughts. Obviously, when they release new content, I'll probably still cover it as long as it's fun. But like, these major orders, I've just not been making videos about, because I'm not excited about it. I'm not excited about a new helmet. I'm not excited about a new armor set. That I don't even think they released the stats of this armor set. So it's hard to get excited for a new armor when I don't even know what it does. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of this type of content where I'm kind of using the green screen, then let me know. I have a bunch of new video ideas. I got this new camera, and I like this new camera. So I have a bunch of like different green screen type of videos and whatever. And then I plan on doing more content on my second channel, Swanee Rants. So if you want to check that out, I recommend you subscribe there as well. So that's going to do it for me, and I will talk to you guys next time. So bye-bye.